Discover Victoria, Africa's most expensive city. Hello explorers, welcome to another exciting video presented to you by Displore and thanks for watching. In this video, we shall take a luxury trip through Africa's newly crowned most expensive city, Victoria. Victoria was just named the most expensive city in Africa, snatching the title from Luanda. The intricacies of Victoria holding this crown is no surprise at all, given it is the capital city of the nation with the highest GDP per capita in Africa, Seychelles. Besides, it has been lingering on the list of the most expensive African cities at the top corner for a very good number of years now. Not to steal Victoria's spotlight, we will go into discovery of the city itself and how it is the most expensive city to live in, despite having the highest GDP per capita in Africa. What is any place without its history and identity? Hence, let's take a look at Victoria's background and situation before dissecting its expensive lifestyle. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our amazing videos. Background of Victoria. Victoria is the capital and largest city of Seychelles, situated on the northeastern side of Mahé Island, the archipelago's main island. The area that would become Victoria was originally settled in 1778 by French colonists after they claimed the island in 1756. The French named the town L'Établissement until 1841 when it was renamed to Victoria by the British after Queen Victoria. The city was first established as a seat of the British colonial government and sparsely populated then just as it is now. At first glance, it isn't really clear just how important the city is as the country's cultural and administrative center. There are only 24 streets, which not only characterizes the cosy feel of the city but of the Seychellois way of life itself. With the spirit of beauty arc silently coursing through the veins of the city, visitors will struggle to find anything in terms of parking garages, neon signs, or showmanship in general. The city only has 2 traffic lights, and with around 25,000 inhabitants, Victoria is still the largest settlement in Seychelles, and its only city. Tourism is an important sector of the economy, while the principal exports of Victoria are vanilla, coconut, coconut oil, fish, and guano. Victoria is served by Seychelles International Airport, completed in 1971. The inner harbour lies immediately east of the town, where tuna fishing and canning is a major industry. One of the largest bridges in Victoria was destroyed by tsunami waves from the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake. Climate of Victoria. Victoria features a tropical rainforest climate according to Köppen climate classification, with high temperatures throughout the course of the year. The capital does have noticeably wetter and drier periods during the year, with June and July being its driest months and December through February being the city's wettest months. However, since in no months does the average monthly precipitation falls below 60 mm in Victoria, the city does not have a true dry season month. This lack of a true dry season month is a primary reason why the climate falls under the tropical rainforest climate category. The capital averages about 2,000 mm of precipitation annually. Although being very rainy, skies are usually clear to partly clear, and completely cloudy days remain scarcely throughout the year, even during the rainiest months. Tourism in Victoria City. Victoria's tourism built on its natural and man-made assets. Its natural assets are made up of how naturally beautiful the city is, while its man-made assets are made up of its hotels, restaurants, monuments, and buildings. The laid-backed backwater city has grown up with a small, lively market offering fish, fruit and vegetables, restaurants, offices, banks and shops. At its eastern edge, Victoria opens up onto the harbour and the ocean, containing the Sainte Anne Marine National Park. The new pier welcomes cruise ships, large freighters, and tankers, serving as the main trading port for the country. The city's surrounding urban area contains numerous amenities and attractions, including the International Airport, the Botanical Gardens, a university, museums, places of worship, offices belonging to tourism companies, airlines and banks, and finally a cinema and shops. In terms of its design, the town is mostly dominated by stone and wooden houses from the early 20th century, which paint a colorful picture thanks to their colorful facades, shutters, and balustrades. Walking through the streets past these buildings, you will surely pick up the scent of various exciting spice aromas, often emanating from small grocery stores when you can stock up supplies. In the morning at around 8, as well as the afternoon at around 4 p.m, you will probably notice a livelier version of Victoria. At this time, many people go shopping or drink coffee. That said, this drama does not last very long, because at 5 p.m. most establishments close their shutters and the Seychelles capital closes down for the evening. At this time, you can choose to round off your day with an exotic cocktail in a small bar or at the harbour, or look for evening entertainment at a nightclub or in the slot machine hall. Victoria has two main centres, one of which revolves around the clock tower, a replica of the clock tower at Vauxhall Bridge in London as a symbol of the Seychelles that lies in the middle of the northern roundabout. In this area, you can find banks, the post office, the Palace of Justice, and the Pirate Arms Snack restaurant on Independence Avenue. Almost opposite Independence Avenue is the National Museum, while a little further along the road lie some travel agencies and the Tourist Information Centre where you can find maps for hiking trails. The second centre surrounds the Sir Selwyn Clark Market, which is around 5 minutes walk away from the clock tower. This market is well worth a visit, especially early on a Saturday morning when a veritable hive of activity is on offer, including fish, spices and exotic fruits for sale. From the market, head north on Revolution Avenue, where more snack restaurants, travel agencies, and a large supermarket await. This road leads out of town over the St. Louis Pass, before snacking down into Beau-Vallon. From the peak here, around 300 meters above sea level, visitors can admire Victoria by taking a walk under the summit of the Trois Frères Montagnes. Through land reclamation, new areas were created in northern part of the harbour basin, on which a large sports complex, tennis court, a swimming centre and a multipurpose hall were built. In the process, the adjacent district of Roche-Kerman saw around 2,000 residential units spring up, something that ever-expanding cities desperately needed, and curbed construction in Mahé's mountainous regions. Eden Island, located to the south of Victoria, is a more upmarket version of this new residential area, offering contemporary design, luxury villas, elegant bars and restaurants, a marina and a shopping centre. Victoria is undoubtedly worth exploring a little more closely, with many few spots that offer exciting cultural and historical information to the Seychelles visitors. Attractions in the city include clock tower modelled on Little Ben in London, the courthouse, the botanical gardens, the National Museum of History, Arulmihu Navasakithti Vinyaga Temple, and many other temples, the Natural History Museum and the Sir Selwyn Clark Market. Victoria Market and the brightly colored fish and fruit market is the local hotspot for the Seychellois people. There are over 62 hotels in Victoria, which offer a safe and luxurious home to visitors as well as locals looking for a beautiful home away from home. The natural sights of Victoria. What makes Victoria so special is how beautiful its environment is, with gardens, seasides, harbours and naturally beautiful skies. The greenery of the city is accentuated by the National Botanical Gardens and conservation sites of the city. The green jewel of the city should definitely be on the agenda for all who visit Victoria. Here you can get an overview of the different Seychelles flora species, as well as discover some of the local wildlife. The detailing of the domestic and foreign plant species, a combined total of around 500 plants, including 40 species of palm trees, will leave you in awe of the city's natural beauty and wonder. If you want to see everything, we recommend 1 or 2 hours. Some of the beautiful sights on offer include breadfruit, papaya and nutmeg trees, Indian tamarind, exotic plants and ornamentals, and of course the famous Coco de May palm tree. Besides that, the comprehensive orchid gardens offer 150 different species, while native birds and bats can be admired in some regions of the gardens, and not forgetting the giant Aldabra tortoises. Why Victoria is the most expensive city in Africa? Mercer's widely recognized survey is one of the world's most comprehensive and is designed to help multinational companies and governments determine compensation strategies for their expatriate employees. New York City is used as a base city for all comparisons and currency movements as measured against the US dollar. The survey thus includes over 400 cities throughout the world. This year's ranking includes 209 cities across 5 continents and measures the comparative cost of more than 200 items in each location, including housing, transportation, food, clothing, household goods, and entertainment. The figures for Mercer's cost of living and rental accommodation cost comparisons are derived from a survey conducted in March 2020. Exchange rates from that time and Mercer's international basket of goods and services from its cost of living survey have been used as base measurements. In this year's survey, Lagos, Victoria, and N'Djamena are Africa's most expensive cities for expatriates. According to Mercer's 2020 cost of living survey, majority of African countries have risen in ranking in terms of expense and cost of living for expatriates. This year, Victoria, Seychelles, takes the lead as the most expensive city in Africa, while Hong Kong topped the chart worldwide as the most expensive cities. Tunis in Tunisia again ranks as the least expensive city in the region and globally. Well, you might be wondering what this means for the locals of Victoria now that this is the most expensive city in Africa. Basically, life goes on as usual except for the fact that this analysis affects mostly expatriates or foreigners who are working and living in the city of Victoria, Seychelles. In this year's analysis, as that of the previous years, Mercer's 26th Cost of Living survey finds that specific factors such as currency fluctuations, cost inflation for goods and services, and instability of accommodation prices are essential to determining the cost of expatriate packages for employees on international assignment in Victoria. Hence, this implies that the instability of exchange rates, prices of goods and services in Victoria is what has led to the expensive tag they have achieved this year. So companies and governments have to work hand in glove to ease the lives of expats working in Victoria in order not to scare them away. If anything, current events have taught us to be cautious as to cost of living, which has not only grown exponentially for expats, but now locals are feeling the pinch as well. This is well put by Didinsley Kwape, Associate Carrier Products at Mercer Africa, where he said, COVID-19 pandemic has created social and economic disruptions across the globe, and Africa has not been an exception. We are seeing a significant increase in the cost of living across the cities, and it's important for organizations to reassess their mobility programs with a focus on the well-being of their employees. There you have it, explorers. Discover Victoria, the most expensive city in Africa. Thanks for watching this video, and if you did enjoy this video, do well to give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends.